Are you someone who needs to take control of your finances? Are your finances stressing you out, and you have nowhere to turn? Rest assured that you are not alone. According to a March 9, 2020 article from Experian, the overall consumer debt is $14.1 trillion. This means that the average consumer debt is $90,450. By far, the largest portion of the $14.1 trillion comes from mortgages, which is $9.6 trillion. The second largest is derived from student loans, which is $1.4 trillion. The third largest is auto loans, which comes in at $1.3 trillion. And rounding out the top four is credit card debt, which equals $829 billion. With those numbers, it is easy to see why many people are stressed and anxious about their finances. However, you do not have to live in debt, or feel the squeeze of living paycheck to paycheck for the rest of your life. Thankfully, there are steps that can be taken to minimize your financial anxiety and stress. Dave Ramsey is an extremely popular personal finance guru and prevalent national radio personality. He has written many best-selling books, to include The Total Money Makeover, which has sold 5 million copies. In his book, he describes the steps of becoming financially free. The solution to solving your financial stress is known as the 7 baby steps and are as follows. Baby step 1. Save $1,000 for your starter emergency fund. Baby step 2. Pay off all debt, except the house, using the debt snowball. Baby step 3. Save 3 to 6 months of expenses in a fully funded emergency fund. Baby step 4. Invest 15% of your household income in retirement. Baby step 5. Save for your children's college fund. Baby step 6. Pay off your home early. Baby step 7. Build wealth and give. Each step will be described as we continue forward. Baby step 1. Save $1,000 for your starter emergency fund. This is the first step, and the goal is to save $1,000 as quickly as possible. This emergency starter fund will cover life's unexpected incidents, which are never planned. Trust me, unexpected life events will occur, so it is better than not to be prepared. Having the $1,000 will keep you off the credit cards, but it is essential that you only use the money for emergency purposes, and not wants. You do not want to dig a deeper hole while you are trying to get out of debt. Baby step 2. Pay off all debt, except the house, using the debt snowball. In a previous video, I discussed the process of the debt snowball. Essentially, the debt snowball works by taking your lowest debt, paying it off and then transferring that payment to the next lowest balance. For example, let's say that your debt is as follows. A credit card payment with a $25 minimum payment and $1,000 balance. An auto loan with a $200 minimum payment and a $10,000 balance. Once the credit card was paid in full, you would transfer that minimum payment to the next lowest balance, which is the auto loan. The minimum payment for the auto loan would now be $225 instead of $200. You continue the process until everything is paid off. Baby step 3. Save 3 to 6 months of expenses in a fully funded emergency fund. Now that all your debt is paid in full, you can concentrate on building a fully funded emergency fund that covers 3 to 6 months of expenses. Having a large emergency fund will enable you to protect yourself against life's biggest surprises, such as criminal activity or major car repairs. You just paid your debt off, and you do not want to go back into debt because you were not prepared. Baby step 4. Invest 15% of your household income in retirement. Now, it is time to get serious about saving for your retirement. Regardless of age, you take 15% of your gross household income and start investing into your retirement. If the company that you work for has a 401k plan, then invest up to whatever the match is. For example, if the company matches 5%, then would invest 5% of your gross income. The other 10% should be invested into Roth IRAs, which would include one for you, and one for your wife if you are married. Baby step 5. Save for your children's college fund. At this point in the 7 baby steps, the emergency fund is completely funded, all debt is paid, except for the house, and you are saving for retirement. Now, it is time to start saving for your children's college expenses. Dave suggests using a 529 college savings plan, or ESAs, which are education saving accounts. A 529 plan is a tax-advantaged savings plan, designed to encourage saving for future education costs, while an ESA helps you pay for education expenses, from kindergarten through college, and withdrawals are tax-free when used for eligible expenses. Baby step 6. Pay off your home early. Step 6 is the pinnacle of the plan, and the only thing between you and complete financial freedom. Imagine not having to pay any more of your hard-earned money on a mortgage. At this point in the plan, your ultimate goal is to put all extra money that you have after expenses and put it toward paying off your house. Making additional payments, on top of your regular mortgage payment, could save you tens or even hundreds of thousands in interest. Baby Step 7. Build wealth and give. Now that your mortgage is completely paid off, you can do what most people cannot, which is anything you want. In the words of Dave Ramsey, if you will live like no one else, later you can live like no one else. You put in the work, and now you can continue to build your wealth, and become incredibly generous, such as donating to your favorite charity, or leaving an inheritance for your children. Meet the crew. Their names are Layla, Candice, Annika, and Emma. They are best friends and went to school together, from elementary through college. They are all doing well except for Emma. Emma has a large debt, and her finances are out of control. Although she has kept her financial situation under wraps, she understands that she needs help. Therefore, she decided to ask her friends for help, because all of them were working in the financial field, in which they earned their degree. Layla is a certified financial planner, Candice is a financial analyst, and Annika is a certified public accountant. She figured that with their backgrounds, they would be able to produce a plan to get her back on track. Emma's friends were more than happy to help her build a plan to get her out of the financial mess that she was in. After long debate on what plan to use, they decided to go with Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps. Due to everyone's work schedules, the group decided to use their tablets and phones to communicate with each other, which is common these days. Step 1 of the plan was to gather $1,000 for a starter emergency fund as quickly as possible. Thankfully, Emma already had that amount in her bank account, compliments of her parents to help her out. Moving on to Step 2, which is the debt snowball, the group found that Emma's total debt was $17,000, spread out over 3 debts, which included an auto loan, student loan, and a credit card. They explained to Emma what the snowball method was, and she configured the amounts, putting them in order with the credit card first, the auto loan second, and the student loan third. The third step is to save 3 to 6 months of expenses for a fully funded emergency fund. Emma calculated when her debt would be paid off, so that she could better gauge when she would be able to start and finish the fully funded emergency fund. She estimated that it would take her 3 years to pay off the debt, and another 8 months to fund the emergency fund. Now that Step 3 was complete, the group began to focus on baby Step 4. They explained to Emma that this step would require her to invest 15% of her household income in retirement. They made sure that she understood that she needed to be debt-free and have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved before she could invest the 15% into a 401k and Roth IRA. She understood, so they moved on to Step 5, which is saving for your child's college. Emma stated that she was nowhere near having kids at this point in her life, but knew that when the time came, that she could choose a 529 saving plan or an education savings account. She was already aware of what those were. Continuing on, baby Step 6 was next in the chute. Due to Emma's financial situation, she was in no shape to purchase a house, which she understood. She was also aware of the sequence in which she would be in the proper financial shape to purchase a home. In addition to realizing that true home ownership is the pinnacle of the plan. Moving to the final step, which is baby Step 7, and is build wealth and give, Emma was excited that the entire plan was laid out in front of her. She would be more than willing to build her wealth and to give to her favorite charities once she reached that point. Emma was both surprised and ecstatic that her friends helped set her on the right path to financial freedom. Although she had a long road ahead of her, at least she had a plan that she could work with. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button and select the notification bell so that you receive the content that will build your financial muscle.